Okay, welcome again. I am Brian Lee Durfee, author of The Forgetting Moon, The Blackest Heart, and The Lonesome Crown, all published by Simon & Schuster Saga Press. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. Came out in 1962. Now, if you've been following my channel, you probably saw my review of Fahrenheit 451 by the same author. For my whole life, that was the only Ray Bradbury book I had ever read. Fahrenheit 451, it was one of my favorite novels. Read it over and over and over. Never did pick up anything else by Ray Bradbury until just recently. Recently, I just left a review for The Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury. Now, this is the third Ray Bradbury book I have read. Something Wicked This Way Comes, because it is now springtime. The flowers are out. The rabbits and cats are playing in the meadows. Sunshine, it's beautiful, everybody's hopes are up for spring, and there's nothing better than to read a horror novel in the midst of all that. That's the way I am. Springtime is my horror novel reading time. I mean, I just dig it. I love sitting on my front porch reading horror novels, and that's what you're going to get on the channel now is in the spring, every spring, lots of horror reviews. Something Wicked This Way Comes, we always review the covers first. I mean, this book has a lot of different versions out there. This is the version that I got. And it's got this sort of funky fun house carnival illustration by a author named J.K. Potter. I think it's okay. I think that, it's got this, this came out in the 80s. I mean, it's all right. It's all right. I don't have any big complaints about it. So this Something Wicked This Way Comes, probably y'all are familiar with it. I mean, I didn't know jack crap about it till I started reading it. And then I realized, okay, this novel came out in 1962. This novel is clearly the precursor to all coming-of-age horror tales set in carnival atmosphere. You know, like It, Twilight Eyes by Dean Koontz, Boy's Life by Robert McCammon. I mean, this is kind of like the precursor to all those coming-of-age horror tales, even dare I say, Stranger Things. This kind of laid the groundwork for all of that. I can tell how it has. Even though I read the other ones a lot and had not read this, now, having read this, I can see where a lot of these other authors have got their inspiration. In fact, in the foreword of one of the Robert McCammon horror novels, it might even be in Boy's Life, he mentions Dandelion Wine by Ray Bradbury, Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury, as being huge influences on his horror novels. And I get it. These are great. I mean, these got, and not only that, but there's early references to some of his other work, like The Illustrated Man is in this. And I don't know which came first, the Illustrated Man novel or this novel, but there's a lot of it. But it's basically just about a coming-of-age tale of friendship, young people, a carnival comes to town, weird, horrific supernatural events start happening, they get wrapped up into it, and really, that's about what the whole thing is about. I don't really want to give away too much more than that, other than Ray Bradbury has a way of making you, with his writing, he has a way of making you want to be in that friendship with those kids and on those adventures in that carnival with those kids and seeing those ghosts and horror things and the Illustrated Man and all of this stuff. You just want to be a part of that world. I mean, it's written in 1962. It's about 1962, and you really feel that it's from that era. You really feel like everything is set in that era, and you have a bit of nostalgia for it. Even though this wasn't written as nostalgia, it can be read as nostalgia for that time period. And you're just like, man, I want to go back to when things were simpler, when ghosts and goblins and ghoulies as a kid just came, made you, as a kid, those things just made you kind of shiver inside. And then as adults, we go a little numb to it and hearted and inured to the horrors. And so This is most definitely a book for young adults. It's not got any adult content in it. I mean, if you're worried about rated R stuff, you needn't be. I mean, there was a movie even made about. I mean, it was like a movie in the 80s. I remember when it came out. I never saw it. Never saw it. I've never seen the movie. Never read the book. Had no idea what any of it was about till I just read it. And it's just a very short novel. So this will be a shorter review about a carnival come to town, go haywire. Much like in Stephen King's Needful Things, a dude sets up a antique shop and things go haywire. Well, a dude comes in with his carnival, things go haywire. Ghosts and goblins and wickedness, something wicked this way comes, right? I liked it, not because it was horrific or it was certainly wasn't a real gripping, thrilling thriller of a horror novel, but I liked it for Ray Bradbury's poetic prose, the way he constructs a story, the way he makes you feel about these kids and the carnival that they're seeing and the darkness that they're experiencing as kids. That's what the magic of this book is. So I'm going to give it, a good 8.5 out of 10. Just based on that. And, I mean, it's a good book. Everybody should read it.